Hello there, this is Cookies, and I've got turn 61. So let's go ahead and take a look. So we did a lot of site searching, trying to get what we can. And we find a flaming tomb. So one death, one fire. Very nice. We find the halls of the drowned. Fitting that the halls of the drowned would be in the Lagoon of Fortune, where I yeeted my god to drown. Alright. And I think that's everything. Alright. And mixed in with this is a lot of chaff summons to help work down those citadels faster, because the game's moving a little bit faster than I anticipated. Alright, so we've got Pan going on Patala in the magic phase. So the Pan God, Earth 6, Astral 6. Throws out that Earthquake. Really doing a lot of damage over time with this, especially with the gem burns. Does he get off returning? That's 2 Earthquakes. Oh, good night. Am I ever gonna see a script? Maybe we'll get some filters. I would love filters for this screen. Cast Earthquake. Okay, so that was the last Earthquake cast. These water elementals are doing work. The armor piercing crush attacks. Ooh. Down to 174. He's cursed. So more likely to get afflictions. You can see them starting to rack up. Still no returning. I don't know, maybe it got interrupted and I just didn't see it. But, yeah, the Pan God is dead. Now he does manage to kill a Guru, 2 Adepts. Oh, but they had, Life After Death up. So I think a lot of these became soulless. 12 Yogis and a Guru, 13 soulless Vanaras. 14 of them. 13 mages dead, though. Oh, but these are just deaths coming into it. There's no, like, pickup, it looks like. Okay, so didn't get off the Life After Death. So I think straight up loses probably like 30 mages. So pretty hefty toll. Black Terror. Oh, I haven't seen this guy before. There was once a huge Rakshasa. Rakhasha? Okay, there's no S in that. With fur as black as the night itself, he ruled a small kingdom of apes with violence and terror, but his reign was ended by a passing troll hero and his comrades. Oh, bogus! A little bogus reference. As punishment for his dark deeds, Gorgata was reincarnated as a lowly Markata. However, his evil knows no bounds, and he has somehow managed to reclaim memories of his past life. The Black Terror, as he was once known, is not at all pleased with his new body, but he tries to make the best of it, relying on quickness and precision over strength and resilience. Many Bandar are repulsed by the sight of a Markata carrying swords, because it's a weapon of the nobility, and the Bandar are the nobility as opposed to Markata. Those who openly oppose this strange Mercata have an odd habit of being found dead the following day. He has managed to coerce a guru to forge gear for him, and has regained some of his past demonic traits. So he's got the demon tag. He now serves the awakening god, hoping to have his old body returned in exchange for his loyal service. So that explains the assassin tag, because he kills them overnight. He's got dark powers, so he's more powerful at night, and the demon tag. Ambidextrous. 3 swords. Oh, that's cool. Oh, he's holding one with his tail. Alright. Very Skaven-like. Interesting. That's cool. Alright. Sorry. I got distracted. Let's see. So next up, Patala is going after Pan. In Pan. What are we fighting? PD. That's nifty. Anything happen? Minor attrition. Patala going after Pan in Typhalia. Looks like a gem bait with a few mages. Small communion. Appears to have worked, I think. Yeah, swarms coming out. But they do get soul slayed pretty quick. And birded. Then we move on Swandi, just fight some PD. Lose 1 hoplite. And then Man moves on to Warshin, kill some PD. And Man moves on to Forbidden Fields and kills some PD. So not very exciting battles this turn, aside from the magic phase. And then we had a few events. We have a new expedition heading out. We have Darkwoods, and so we get some gems, and we lose some population to a hurricane, which sucks. And our little scout stable hand was found out by Ulm. So his little conspiracy to spy has been found out. Let's see. Anything else? No. Alright. So what are we doing this turn? We need to try and crack these forts as quickly as possible. Like here, getting down in here. So these 2 forts and these 2, I think, are the agreement. So, need to start getting a move on. Notice a lot of birds have come back home. This army is still here. And we're moving a bunch of scouts west, specifically to get more information on how far west Calum goes and more information on Satis, since that's who we're being pressured to attack. So Arco really wants to go after Satis. I'm not as thrilled about the idea, but my late game was pretty tied up in Arca, so I think I'm obligated. Honestly, I think all these tomb worms would just roll me. So, we'll see if that ends up happening, but it wouldn't shock me. I did manage to convince Arco that we should tell Man that we'll need a couple of turns to get ready, because I do need a couple of turns to get ready. Most of my army is tied up down here, and I'll need them up here at least to help fight over this region. We've generally finished site searching. This guy's gonna do a little search though. But I've also noticed that we're about to starve on this fort. So I'm rushing in some new supply people, so basically high nature mages, to get in here and help supply things. This one is doing mass protection, Servant's Blessing, Foul Vapors, Hell, Mass Regen. And then we've got this one, Land Shark. So coming in to just provide stealthy supplies is what she's going to do. We're also summoning some eagles, so we've got 2 mages doing that. This guy's casting Twiceborn. We're going to craft a Keladon, just because I don't know, it seems kind of cool to get the unique thing. I don't know if it's particularly useful, though, for... It's like an immobile communion slave. I don't know. Could end up not doing that if I get enough energy worked up to actually go look it up in the mod inspector. I might decide it's not worth it. It's probably not worth it. This guy's going to fly here, and then he's going to fly south. We've got some preaching going on here. We're also making sure we get the death mages down here. It's the last little enclave to do death searching in. Additionally, we're moving out the... So we've got wolves. This guy's going to sneak. And then this guy's going to go back to get the eagles. And we've loaded the wolves and the birds onto this guy. So we've got a lot of stuff coming into this province. And we've got more stuff following up. We've got a bunch of terracotta guys that are going to try and help out. We're also forging some endless bags of wine. I should probably count to just kind of see. So, alright, so we're about even here. Now, I have noticed in previous games that it's not always perfect how this works out. If you're really close to the edge, sometimes it'll still tell you you're starving, even if you shouldn't be. Although this time it did not. So, let's see. What are we moving in this turn? So I think it's just these guys and this guy. Alright, so 3... Or is it... Is it 1 supplies for a size 2? I forget all the math for that. 116. Oh, yeah. So it's 1 supplies for a size 2 and then increases by 1 for each guy above that, I think. Alright, so we're bringing in 116 supplies worth of units. But in terms of nature mages moving in 60, 40. So we're moving in 100. And I think we need 1 more nature mage to get in there. I'm thinking maybe this guy. Because that would be 10 more. Will we be starving next turn? So as long as we get the baskets in, and the follow-up crew doesn't need to eat. So I think as long as we can get the bags in on the next group, which I think means we need to recruit some scouts. Yeah, get some scouts to hold supply items. Okay. And then so I think we're gonna starve, but just a little bit next turn. And then we should be able to get it supplied. But if we crack it next turn, we're not gonna want to be starving when we storm. Sorry, I didn't mean to just find this stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's the focus of this turn. So we're also trying to build up a second army here. And this is the army that we're potentially going to fight the initial part of the war with Sitis with. It's also where we do our blood hunting, and then we're trying to finish out this event chain. So we'll see what happens there. And we're foraging an enormous cauldron of broth, getting another hammer, a shambler skin, just kind of expanding our efforts across the board. And I also need to start thinking about doming, particularly 243 and 209. Maybe getting up like a Dome of Air or a Dome of Nature. Starting to get to that point in the game. And we're going to go ahead and get a few more terracotta guys. Because I'd like to start, once we get this one, I'd like to start transitioning some of the gold troops, like the hoplites, back up to here. I think that would be nice. It'd be a big lift for that army. So I think the last question is we're going to move this guy. Okay. So that should give us a little bit more supply. 10 supply. Is there any other way we could... I suppose we could move this lady. Alright. So yeah, I think you just do power the spheres, anti-magic. Can you do that without complaining? Phoenix power. Flaming arrows. Personal luck. That work. Alright. And then the last bit is we need to get another guy forging that bag of wine. Alright. Okay, so I think we fixed that. We've started using the bats for researching. We're still recruiting mystics, so we can pawn off the lanterns onto them. So while I think they'll make decent communion masters and slaves in a war, if anything's going to be killed by a horror, I'd rather it be the 90 gold guy than the 180 gold guy. Or was it 95? Yeah, 90 and 180. So they're about the same upkeep, 72 gold, 72 gold. So if I'm going to lose one, I want it to be the cheaper upfront cost, like the cheaper replace cost one. So I think we've got most of the mystics all the mystics loaded up. Only a few of the Deducos are holding lanterns. A couple of them have been horror marked so far, so they'll retain theirs, like this guy. All of those have been renamed marked, so I can find them again. And other than that, I think that's most of it. But yeah, there is, I guess there's going to be some sort of war between Ulm and Satis going on Man. Patala is just kind of throwing themselves into Pan, and Calum seems happy to let them to do that. I imagine maybe there's some player assault between the two of them. I don't know. But that means Calum's going to take significantly less attrition than we thought, and they'll be able to wheel around and also go after Man. So in an effort to preserve the game state, I think Arco really wants to go on Satis, and like I would join Arco in going on Satis. I've got a nap 10 with Ulm, so that's just not going to happen. So I need to figure out how to kill blood vengeance units. I haven't really need to do the research into that, and I have not. So that's on me as a player. But that's kind of the diplomatic situation. Is Pan's getting eaten from behind while they throw everything into Patala. Patala's getting eaten behind while they throw everything into Pan. We've been denied a really cool battle between the two as they just go sack each other's forts. I mean, which is fine. I think this leaves Pan with just their army in this fort, and they'll lose their cap. Well, Patala's cap is way over here, probably about to get attacked by birds. Maybe they have some sort of agreement with Calum. Yeah, and then we're going to go ahead and build a lab here. And that's so I can teleport this guy out. So that's going to be our effort here. And it'll also allow me to teleport new mages in, which is also nice. So maybe I can start doing some stuff down here. Or I can at least unload the gear. And then set this guy up to patrol and have him summon some stuff. And maybe we can start going on this palisade as well. But yeah, that's most of it right now. Arco and I still want to get a second Wishcaster set up as well. That would be a really big boon. And I will see you in the next one in turn 62. Have a good one. Bye.